Hello, it's Marina from the Butterfly Effect, and I'm here to do a pick a card reading, and this will be based on your vocation or your occupation, as to, you know, what direction you're supposed to be taking in life. And basically I've got 2 oracle cards, a Rider-Waite, a couple of Lenormands, and a little bit of something else. So they've all been picked randomly, put into piles. I have looked at them to take notes on them because I don't want to be pulling. I don't know how to edit videos. If I did, that would be something different. So I don't want to, you know, have like massive gaps for you. So I've got 4 items to choose from. You can pick what resonates with you. I've got my lovely little owl here. Has it got a wee thing on him? Oh, it's my gosh. Is that a lip balm? It is. I never knew that. Someone got me that. So it's my little owl. If owls appeal to you and speak to you, then that's maybe the way you should go. I've got my Rooster. He's just fabulous. It's very heavy. I've got my fabulous fairy, which I've had like 35 years or so. Isn't she adorable? She's actually a little pillbox. And I've no idea where this came from. Must be one of my kids. It's a gemstone bottle full of gems. So have a wee think what immediately appeals to you, and go with that. And we're going to start first with the owl. There you are there. So for my owl, your oracle cards are the Mermaid and the Turtle, an elder will teach you. Once upon a midnight dreary, which is about, if I put them down you can see them better. Creativity, genius, writing, expression, and artistic flow. I've then got the, crikey, can't see it. I'll try and move you back a bit. Go. From my archetypes, the Liberator, the Networker, the Rebel, and the Financial Constraints. I then have the Clouds and the Child from my Lenormand, and the 10 of Swords in reverse here. Now, basically what I get from this combination, it's a number of things that might appeal to you, and if they, you know, they do sort of strike a chord with you, this is sort of an indication to maybe explore that a little bit further. This is obviously someone who is a bit of an activist. This is someone who I feel is deeply unhappy with our political system, and it is in particular, I feel, with regards to the underprivileged and people that have literally hit rock bottom. I think this is someone who they may want to help people with debt management, basically, and help them to budget. So this is someone who's maybe got themselves into bother financially. Maybe it's someone who's bankrupt, or just people that really do struggle with money. They would be someone who would like to raise money on behalf of the underprivileged. I think it is specifically in relation to children, and if it's not, it's about taking people out of a pretty dark place here with all this combination, and moving them on to somewhere that bit brighter. They would be looking to raise money, you know, they want to free people from injustices, people that have had to deal with really difficult situations in their life, that have been adversely, you know, affected by their upbringing, social conditions, social conditioning, and they kind of want to shape their dreams into reality and give them purpose in life. They might consider offering guidance specifically. I do feel it is specifically to children with mental health issues, or people that suffer from depression. This is something they'd really like to raise awareness of, and they're quite capable of raising funds for it as well. Maybe someone who is interested in writing in particular, and they're just a very good communicator. They may have a lot of contacts that they're able to access, you know, people with money that they can, you know, crowdfund with or raise funds with. I don't feel this really does feel very vocational. This is not something, a job someone is doing to make them rich or to make them well known, or indeed even give them pleasure, because it's probably a very difficult thing to do. And they're going to meet a lot of troubled individuals and hear a lot of very difficult stories. But this is someone whose, you know, soul path is sort of guiding them towards helping those who are less fortunate and really trying to help them obtain a better future. This is someone who might even, you know, lobby the government. They might put up a lot of petitions, because this is something that really, really bothers this person. They want to challenge authority. They want to get it out there that there are so many people who are really, really struggling and they're not getting the support they need. And this person, if this is you, would be someone who really wants to help people. I do specifically feel it is the younger generation. I mean, you might want to go into schools and talk about mental health. But in the main, I think it is about lifting children out of poverty. Yeah. So that's it for, yeah, I did notice I got 311313, and I mean, look at what that number might mean to you. With it being a 7 here, an elder will teach you, I do think that would be you, to be perfectly honest. That's a 7, so that is like a life lesson. That's your soul path. But with the combination of the 3113s, this is someone who is someone who's acting on their own, but you know, but to help others. Yeah. This is like a combination of the Magician and the Empress. So a real initiator, someone who has all the tools to make this happen, but they do need the help of others, and you would have the ability to do that. So that is the owl. That's what I'm getting for the owl. I hope that's of interest to you. Might make you think. I mean, it is really focused more on vocational rather than occupational, this reading, but if you pick to the gemstones, you'll see that actually there's probably a bit of money to be made on that one. And next up, I have my rooster. He never does stay up because he's got a very big tail. So the rooster is, you have the Fairy of the Highlands, the Carnivorous Flower Fairy, the Monk, the Nun, the Martyr, the Bully, my Thinking Woman, the Bear and the Woman, and the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. Now, I do think this is probably for a woman I'm reading for, and that's how I'm going to read it, but it absolutely does not have to be. There's just an enormous amount of feminine energy in this reading. Now, this is someone who is very wise. And then my Thinking Woman is usually an air sign. This is someone who wants to empower other women. This is also someone who wants to protect women or raise awareness about the abuse of women, and specifically narcissistic abuse, because my Carnivorous Flower Fairy is a tempting offer, has a high price. And if it's not abuse, it's to help people that have addictions, which might make them susceptible to be taken advantage of. I've got the numbers on here at 11, 11, 11. This is a really powerful one. I mean, this might be someone who might consider opening up a hostel or giving people a safe place to go, because with this combination, my Bear and my Woman, this is almost like a very matronly energy. This is a very powerful woman, and if it's not specifically you know, to help people with the narcissistic abuse, if this is someone a lot younger, because I feel that the person I'm reading for here is someone who has experience of that and wants to share it. But if not, and if you are interested in becoming a lawyer or a judge, then this combination would make you someone who was very, very capable of that, fearless and fair. So, and that is the only way that money would be made from this, to be perfectly honest. Other than that, I really just see that this is someone who has experience of possibly being bullied, being abused. They want to impart knowledge, because I've got my Queen of Pentacles. This is like the feminine who's been turned on her head here. They want to get a message across to women specifically, that they don't have to sacrifice themselves for the benefit of others. So it is specifically that, but I do get a feeling it is also people with addictions, but in the main, that's what I'm getting. This is someone who has experience of some sort of abuse, and they really want to help others, basically. And this is someone more than capable to do this. This is a very brave individual, very, very powerful woman, who has possibly had a very bad experience in the past, and she now wants to devote her time, efforts and knowledge to share it with others who have been through a similar experience. So that is the Rooster. Not really what I'd have expected from a Rooster, but there you go. And next up we have the Fairy. There she is. And the Fairy has Dragon Lane Garden, or Line, the 2 kittens. This is quite adorable, this one. The Rescuer, the Guide, the Beggar, the Door to Personal Healing and Happiness, the Mountain, the Letter, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 7 of Cups. Now this is, I think, in the main, someone who basically wants to have a sanctuary for animals. I mean, if that's not it, it could be, this is somebody who's interested in, you know, writing a travel guide or becoming a travel agent or a tour guide. There might be someone who wants to help someone with immigration issues that are maybe, you know, trapped abroad. This could be someone who may want to be a mountain climber or explorer, a ski instructor. It might be someone who's interested in journalism. But in the main, what I'm getting from this is someone who would very much like to create a sanctuary for animals. And this one, there's 9, 9, and 9 is my repeating number on this one, if you want to look that up. This is someone who literally, with the Beggar here, now the Beggar might mean that you don't actually have the funds to do this, and this is where this Ace of Pentacles is coming in. You need someone to inject money into what you're planning on doing here, and that's creating confusion, or indeed people might sort of see you as a little bit of a fantasist, that you want to do this. But I really feel with the Beggar, this is more to do with someone who literally cannot bear to see animals suffering. And these in particular are animals, let's see, she's got all the animals sort of under cover here. She's her little sanctuary, and the kittens, she wants to hold on to them all. So it's specifically sick animals, and it's if it's a working animal that's of no longer any use, this is someone who wants to take them somewhere really quite beautiful, with the door to personal healing and happiness here. Somewhere probably quite isolated, abroad from where they are now, and literally just look after them, make a really abundant, beautiful home for them. It's just, this feels absolutely lovely. So yeah, somebody who wants to rescue animals and guide them to a safe place. Really sweet individual here. May have an interest in gardening, but I just think this is somebody who just likes beautiful spaces, beautiful remote spaces. The mountain can often be remoteness, and they just want to take all the animals in. All of them. They can't. This is like, you must choose. It's like, I can't choose. I want them all. I mean, it might not be like an animal sanctuary. You might just be someone who continually adopts like rescue cats and dogs. You know, because you can't bear them to not have a proper home. And you just keep bringing them all in, and they're costing you a fortune. Who's turned you into a beggar. But in terms of a vocation, this is something that you're very capable of doing, very suited to doing, and it does seem quite delightful, I have to say. So that is my fairy with her animal sanctuary. And last but not least, we have the real gemstones. Now, this is a good one. This is a fun one. This is my writer. This is a hedgehog love, the deep dark sea mermaid, the Messiah, hello, the poet, the god, the woman holding a coin, the compass, the book in reverse, and the seven of swords. This is just fabulous. I basically get that this is someone who is very interested probably in writing, and if they were to become a writer, the writers would be along the lines of Indiana Jones or Agatha Christie, Sherlock Holmes. This is someone who likes to reveal secrets with the secret knowledge book in reverse here, and maybe someone who's interested in becoming a historian, maybe, you know, focusing on prophets or the Bible, or just mysticism, magic, supernatural. Yeah, this is somebody who personally wants to be enlightened on that subject, but they also want to share it with others. And they've either got the money to do that, or this could actually be incredibly profitable if they go through this. This is somebody's interest in like really prickly stuff. This is someone who doesn't mind getting into dark, murky stuff, and they like to reveal with the Seven of Swords. They like to catch people. So yeah, a real kind of mystery writer is what I'm getting here. And if it's not, this is just someone who is a detective. This is like the Da Vinci Code right here. Yeah, maybe like a curator. Is someone who's very keen on research, very, very keen on research and revealing secrets, and they will travel far and wide to get to the bottom of a story and indeed, you know, write it. They don't mind getting a bit mucky. They're not afraid, literally not afraid of getting into something like this. And they want to share it with others. Fascinating. Literally might just be a detective, straight up. But if they're a detective, then they are investigating the church, corruption, secret knowledge. Yeah, fascinating. So there's just a wee mini pick a card reading. I will timestamp them below if I work out how to do that. I do hope you find it interesting. I'd love to hear your comments, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye bye.